So then now they say that if you want to import an Excel file, you can download and install this package, which you can do with either this command or you can use the menus in the R interface, as we usually do. After you install it, you can use this to import it if you haven't loaded it already. And then you can use this with the file name. Okay? And then you have to take this variable and put it here and do this. And then at the end you have to do this. That's kind of a lot of work, a lot of stuff to do, but that's one way to do it. So this is the name of your file with the XLS there. My sheet is the name of the Excel worksheet to read from the workbook. So for example, here the sheet is here. Okay, so whatever you have there will be the sheet name. Now there's there's an easier way, and that is if you use this package, if you download and install this package, and then you can use this, so that you can use it in this way. Okay, so this is the file name, and then this is the sheet number here. Okay. N is the number of the worksheet to be imported. So here's an example. So that way, this should work for importing data directly from an Excel spreadsheet. They say that this package can do more than just import worksheets. It can create and manipulate Excel files as well. So you can explore that package. They say you can check out this relatively new package. Okay, they mentioned web scraping, and they say you can go here and explore web scraping. That means like collecting data from the internet, from internet pages. Okay, last section is annotating data sets. Data analysts typically annotate data sets to make the results easier for them to remember what they've done or what the data set is about. Typically, annotation includes adding descriptive labels to variable names and value labels to the codes used for categorical variables. For example, for the variable age, you might want to attach the more descriptive label age at hospitalization in years, and for the variable gender coded 1 or 2, you might want to associate the labels male and female. So you can do this in the following way. Unfortunately, our ability to handle variable labels is limited. One approach is to use the variable label as the variable's name and then refer to the variable by its position index. So what they mean is you can recode remember we had age was the second column of our patient data. So we can change the name of the second column of our patient data to this string, like that. And that renames age to this. And they say, but on the other hand, then now you have the variable name is this, which is pretty difficult to deal with. You don't want to have to type that all the time. But you could refer to it, instead of age, you could refer to it like this, but they say that's not so great. He says, obviously this is not an ideal approach. Now suppose you had another variable called gender, and which is coded 1 for male and 2 for female. You could create a label using something like this. So you say factor and gender like that. And then you say levels equals 1, C 1, 2, and labels are like this. Here levels indicate the actual values of the variable, and labels refer to the vector containing the desired labels. Okay, useful functions for working with data. Let's just quickly look at this. Just a bunch of functions, some of which we've seen already. The length of an object tells you the number of elements or number of components in an object. Dim of an object is the dimensions of the object. Structure of the object is the structure of the object. Class of the object is the class or type of an object. Mode of the object is how is the object stored. Names of the object gives you the names of components in an object. C object combines objects into a vector. C bind, we've seen that, combines objects as columns. R bind combines objects as rows. Object, if you type the object, it prints the object. Head and the object lists the first part of the object, just the header, just the first few rows. Tail of the object lists the last few rows of the object. ls lists the current objects in your workspace, or at least in your workspace, and you can remove objects like this. And remember, we can remove all of the objects. He says most. I thought it was all, but okay. This allows you to edit the object, and allows you to edit it in place as this one. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 2 here, and next we'll start with graphs.